When events don't unfold the way we planned, or something untoward has happened, something unexpected, we all tend to worry. By worrying, we are not going to solve the problem. But we get into worry because worry is certainly going to magnify the problem for us. So it's very important that we must know how to analyze our worry and how to overcome our worry. I want to share with you these inputs from the MILT Human Relation Principles, which is given in the MILT Leadership course. Well, it says 4 ways to analyze worry. Every time when you're worrying, it's very important for you to analyze why you're worrying. And the moment you analyze it, there's every possibility you'll be able to overcome that worry. So it says, first of all, get all the facts. When you're worrying, get all the facts. It's not your opinion. It's not about your likes and dislikes. This is what has happened, and there's no ambiguity about it. And when you're getting the facts, don't see it from the first person. See it from a neutral perspective and cull out all the facts of that situation. And after you got all the facts, then it says weigh all the facts and then come to a decision. Now you've got enough facts in hand. You need to weigh them and then come to a decision as to what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, what is going to be a priority of action. And then it says once a decision is reached, act. A very, very important element, because many of us know what is the problem. We also know the solution to the problem, but the sad thing is that we don't act or implement the problem. So it says once a decision is reached, act. Because if you have decided to do something, it's important to put that decision into implementation. Because a good decision, when not implemented in the right time, becomes a bad decision. So get all the facts, weigh all the facts, and then come to a decision. Once a decision is reached, act. Then it says, write the answer of the following questions. It says, write the answers of the following questions. It's not about talking about it. It's not about thinking of it. Write the answers to the following question. Write down what is the problem. Write it on the paper. Define the problem situation. If you are a person who is individually going to do this problem solving, write down clearly what the problem is. Or if it's a company or a group meeting, you can get the group to evaluate, explore what the problem is and write down what is the problem. And the moment you got the problem written, problem statement defined, then you write down what are the causes of the problem. Now brainstorm and get as many causes of the problem in a team meeting. If it is your own individual problem, you also have to think through and get as many causes of the problem. It's not about getting the right cause. It's about getting various causes. Any cause might look insignificant right now, but don't negate it. Just write it down. And now that you got on the paper, what is the problem and what are the causes of the problem? Now it's important for you to write down what are the possible solutions. Here again, write down as many solutions that might come into your mind. As many solutions that might come into the group's mind. Never ever wait for the right solution. The very fact it has occurred in the minds of your team member, or the very fact it occurred in your mind, it needs to be written. So just imagine the situation. You got the problem statement, you got the causes of the problem, and you got the possible solutions, multiplicity of solutions. Then you'll find the right solution will pop out like a popcorn and hit you between your brows. This is what is science of problem solving. Now that you have found out how to analyze worry, it's important now for us to overcome worry. So there are 4 ways to overcome worry. First, it says, live in a daytime compartment. When you're worrying, if you give a loose end of time, and that's a time worry is going to creep inside and it's going to disturb you. Very rightly said, an idle mind is devil's workshop. Virus attacks the human body when the immune system is very low. Similarly, worry enters the human mind when there is loose end of time. So have a daytime compartment. Right from the time morning to the time you go to bed, have it scheduled. It's not about being workaholic, not about working and working and working. You schedule it. Even if you find for 1 hour, I'm going to feel lazy, just schedule it. If you find half an hour, I'm going to just stroll around, just write it. Whatever you want to do, just write it down. Because anything that has been planned is not bad at all. Even if you want to worry, half an hour of your time, you say, I want to worry. And then after that, you get back into action. So live in a daytime compartment. Face the trouble the following ways. Every time when you come into a hard situation, something uncertain, you're not finding an answer to it, face it the following ways. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can possibly happen? What is the worst case scenario? Just think of the situation. The situation that you have in hand, is it going to make you roofless? Is it going to make you penniless? Or is it going to make you jobless? Certainly not. We don't have situations of that kind. So it's very important that when you have a situation, ask yourself what's the worst that can possibly happen and prepare for the worst life situation. And then it says, prepare mentally to accept the worst. Now that you've written down what is the worst that can possibly happen, now prepare mentally for the worst. What is the worst case scenario? And if it happens, what is that I'm going to do? And then it says, try to improve on the worst. You got it written, and now you find out this is what is going to happen, and I will try to work on the worst. And then I become much stronger. And when the situation really happens, you will find it has really not taken that much that you what really expected. That means you're absolutely prepared for the worst. And when the situation comes, you find it's absolutely fine and you're able to handle it. Even if it's a worst case situation, you'll be able to handle it because you're being more prepared than rather than just worrying. Then it says, remind yourself of the exorbitant price you can pay for worry in terms of your health. Every time when we worry, we suffer our health. As we have already found out, worry is psychosomatic disorder. I worry, my mind gets disturbed, the psyche gets disturbed, and it's going to impact my body, the somatic. And 85 to 90% of all our disease is psychosomatic. That means 85 to 90% is worries. So worry is something that I can handle because I generate it. Then the remaining 85 or 15, 10 to 15% is what is happening outside. Even that I need to take care of. But let's keep in mind that health is of utmost importance. For all you know, when a situation comes, you find you're able to handle the situation, but the damage you're done to your health has been so phenomenal that it takes a long time and a lot of effort to recover. So whenever you're worrying, remind yourself of the exorbitant price you can pay for worry in terms of your health. Apply the law of averages in your favor. The law of averages is always in our favor. That means the possibility for us to overcome a situation or a possibility for something bad to happen is very remote. 99% of the time it's not going to happen. So therefore, can we look at that 99% of possibility of not happening rather than worry about the 1% that might happen? So when the moment we are prepared in all this, then we are able to overcome worry. So we have got this beautiful set of principles, very, very powerful, how to analyze worry and how to overcome worry. Sure, by living these principles, we'll be able to analyze our worry and overcome worry and live a healthy life. So, friends, let's live life with ease and in grace. Thank you so much.